Alright, hello YouTube and welcome to Knights of the Old Republic 2 Restored Content Modification. Now, backstory? As always, there is a backstory. This game I have actually played. However, I have not played the Restored Content mod, which I was a little confused as to what that meant. When I bought this game from the Apple App Store, I had just thought that, well, maybe it was like a condensed version of the game and this just puts in what was left out. And upon further reading, this isn't that at all. This is actually content created by the developers that had to be left out to meet the deadline of when the game was released. It doesn't add everything in, but it adds in some stuff that was in the actual game files, but never in the actual final game itself. So I'm excited. I don't know exactly what all this adds in, but yeah, we're going to create a new game. You know, as always, we are going to remain the female character, since that's like my thing now, the CCP thing. I'm going to go with Sentinel because it's well balanced and possesses many skills. And I'm not good at games, so that just has to be the way it is. So yeah, some of you guys might have seen the video I did where I encountered the glitch where there were two Darth Sians. I don't exactly know why that happened, and I kind of hope it doesn't happen again when I reach that point. But yeah, when I did that, this was my character, and I actually really like this one. I might go with it again. And I'm also kind of undecided. Do I want to be Sophie Douglas again? I feel like we have to stay Sophie. She's like, that's the thing. That's CCP's thing. And there's not really any like set look that she has to fall into, so I think I am gonna let me take one more look around. There aren't any redheads, are there? I'm gonna go with this one. In terms of canon for this game, well, ever since the LucasArts thing, like with Episode 7 kind of says canon is no longer canon, beyond like Star Wars Episodes 1 through 7, and then Star Wars Rebels and the Clone Wars, they're the only ones that are officially canon. But apart from, like, when this game did have a canon, it was actually supposed to be a female protagonist for Knights of the Old Republic 2, and Revan was meant to be a male character of Knights of the Old Republic 1. So we're going to try to stick to that canon, and I'm going to be a female, and we're going to pretend that the events in Knights of the Old Republic 1, which are mentioned, and you can kind of like tell the game how you played the first game, we're going to consider that the canon happened in this game instead of what we actually went through. So that's kind of like my excuse to get Sophie back into this game. Alright, so we have 30 remaining points. We're already starting out with 8 of each of these. I would like to get a stronger charisma, so we can put that to 12. Wisdom also to 12, I think. Strength maybe to 13, maybe 14. Dexterity, put that to a 10. Constitution to a 10. I still got 4 points. Let's give 2 more to wisdom. 2 more to wisdom and charisma. Actually, yeah, let's just keep it with wisdom and charisma. Okay, skills. Now, this game relies heavily on dialogue choices and influence between characters, so persuade is a good one to have a high skill at, so we're going to max that one out, and I'm also going to max treat injury. I would really like to do a repair as well. It costs me 2 points at this point, so I'm going to do that, and then remain, actually, let's give myself a security as well, at least 1, and a couple of awareness. I don't know if I want to do all awareness. And a demolition. Oops, I don't have a demolition. You know, screw it. Let's just go all in on awareness. Okay, because the reason I want repair and computer use is because these are really good to gain influence with T3. I have a strategy that I'm going to use in this game. The way I did it before, I just went planet to planet and did it all that, but I think I'm gonna like do the planets in a kind of crisscross. I don't even know how to describe it. It's like I want to do part of Dantooine first and then go to Nar Shaddaa, because part of my strategy revolves around gaining the character Mira as quickly as possible, because Mira last time I played, Mira ended up being one of my hardest hitting characters, and I really liked that about her. So I would really like to have her back on my team as soon as we can. Kalina Bast is a cool name, but fortunately we have to go Sophie Douglas. That is our character, and she shall remain our character. This is the first time she's ever been blonde, but if you look at the roots, her roots are darker. She might still be like a brunette. You never know. But anyway, onward to the new adventure. The Force awakens. Sorry for that bad pun. I just had to. How exactly did I get out of that tank, though, is what I want to know. Hello, Sophie Douglas. I have just one question for you. What are those? Let's look around. That's my tank. I can't look at these guys though. Thought I could, but maybe not. Okay, I know how to use the KOTOR tank. All right, cool. So we use this. Access patient treatment. All subjects were being treated for severe plasma burns. The last treatment request resulted in the death of all subjects except for patient 3, who was reduced to minimal life signs. Patient 3, who was me. Alright, check the last treatment request. Alright, a lethal dose of sedatives was administered to all the tanks, including number 3. There was no record of who ordered the treatment. Okay. Access medical bay functions. Alright, unlock medical storage room. Alright, unlock the door to the morgue. Alright, cool. Let's grab some more supplies. Some more med packs. And this game allowed you to create items as well, which the old one didn't, which was cool. This old woman looks dead. There's no sign of what killed her. Okay, a plasma torch.
Find what you're looking for amongst the dead?
Your voice, I thought I heard it. I heard it as I floated in the KOTOR tank.
Yes, I had hoped as much. I slept here too long and could not awaken. It may be I reached out unconsciously, and your mind must have been a willing one. Or perhaps you have been trained for such things.
Slept too long. You looked dead when I came in.
Close to death. Yes, closer than I'd like. You have the smell of the KOTOR tank about you. How do you feel?
The KOTOR tank left me a bit drained. Who are you?
I am Kreia, and I am your rescuer, as you are mine. Tell me, do you recall what happened?
Last thing I remember, I was on board the Republic ship, the Harbinger. What happened to it?
Your ship was attacked. You were the only survivor. A result of your Jedi training, no doubt.
Okay, when I played last time, I tried to be, like, neutral. Like, not really sure if I wanted to be a Jedi or not, but screw that. I'm becoming a Jedi. Like, I want to be a Jedi, so I'm gonna take that route this time. Because there's, like, you can do, for the most part, you can do the Jedi route, the Sith route, and there's kind of a neutral route that you end up being a Jedi anyway, but I'm gonna go straight out Jedi this time. How did you know I was a Jedi?
Your stance, your walk tells me you are a Jedi. Your walk is heavy. You carry something that weighs you down.
The Jedi Order and I have a troubled history.
So it would seem. Keep your past and let us focus on the now.
Alright, what's going on? How did we get here?
I do not know. I was removed from the events of the world as I slept. A survey of the surroundings may provide the answers we seek. The ship we arrived in, the Ebon Hawk, must still be in this place. We should recover it and leave.
Why do we need to leave?
We were attacked once, and I fear our attackers will not give up the hunt so easily. Without transport, weapons, and information, they will find us easy prey indeed.
You seem nervous, worried. Is there something wrong?
Even as I slept, I felt much unrest here. I saw strange visions, minds colored with fear. Now, everything here feels terribly silent. A last word of caution. I would find out as much as you can about this place quickly. I fear we will need to depart as suddenly as we arrived.
We'll see. There's gotta be someone left alive. We'll see. There's gotta be someone left alive around here.
You may wish to extend your search to some clothes, if only for proper first impressions.
The patients in medical bay were killed by a lethal dose of sedatives. Any idea how it happened?
I do not know. Why did they spare you?
They didn't. I got the same dose, but survived.
Indeed, a Jedi trance could protect one from such poisons. In fact, the sedatives may have been intended to keep you unconscious for some time. It would prove lethal to those untrained in such techniques, however. Most curious.
I'll return soon to make sure you're alright.
I leave you to the explorations of this place. Here, I will remain and attempt to center myself.
You have taken your first steps to the path of the light side. Heroic acts and charitable responses to others will elevate you further, bringing you more in touch with the light side of the Force and its higher mysteries. Cruel or selfish actions will reverse this, causing you to fall to the dark side. It's pretty easy to do. Okay, so a damaged door. Any door that can be bashed open can be cut through more easily with a lightsaber or a construction tool such as a plasma torch. To bash open this door, equip a plasma torch on the equip screen, then select bash on the first box. Okay, I know how to play the game. Do that, and then we do this.
Emergency lockdown overridden.
Okay, and then we got ourselves a sword, which I think we will use a lot better. I like using the swords. We're also gonna make sure we get enough loot, though. We get some good armor and stuff for T3 around here. Okay, I know how to play the game. Stop giving me hints. Bang, bang. I'm gonna med packs do I have? Okay, I've got 4. That's not terrible. There's no use trying to get through those doors because the whole thing's on lockdown, so we wouldn't be able to get through them anyway. Alright. So this is a security console. Check security records. Progress safety hollow orientation. No, we don't need that. Accident report logs.
And according to one of the miners, it was because one of the sonic charges went off prematurely. And like before, it was one set by a mining droid. The 3 idiots were grouped so close to the charge it might as well have been a grenade going off. The blast turned their bones to dust. The blast wrecked the internal components of the droid that set the charge, though, so we can't even dissect it to see what happened. I don't like what's going on here. Ever since that Jedi showed up, things are getting worse. It's not just Korta and his miners, or the fights, but now the droids are acting crazy. If we don't find what's causing this, or who, this facility's gonna be space dust by the time the next Telos freighter arrives.
Alright, mining droid maintenance logs.
So, you're in maintenance. Then maybe you can tell me what's going on with these droids.
Sir, I don't know. It's like their behavior cores are undergoing binary decay, but I can't find the source. This shouldn't be happening.
Well, that's reassuring. It isn't happening. So the next time we nearly have a breach in the ventilation tunnels, I could just close my eyes and pretend it's my imagination. You better give me some answers. I want to know the damage these droids can do if they start mining us instead of asteroid rock.
Sir, these droids aren't combat models. Their mining lasers are weaker and less accurate than blasters. I doubt those droids could even hit one of us.
Are you blind? What about the miners in Medbay? It's sabotage, and it started right after the commander said we weren't going to sell the Jedi to the exchange. So I want you to find out how these droids are being sabotaged. That'll tell me who's trying to clear a path to get that Jedi off the facility and stop him. In the meantime, make sure the security's armed with all the ion and sonic charges you can find. If those droids start coming after me, I'm gonna need more than low-grade mining lasers to take them down. Clear?
Yes, sir. Maintenance control out.
Idiot.
Maintenance.
I installed an override switch to shut down any droids on this level, just in case someone locks me out of the administration console. As added insurance, I tied the override switch into the circuit to the holding cell door. It'll make sure it can only be opened if all droids in the level are shut down. I doubt Korta or any of his men have the skill to pull off something like this, but I'm not taking any chances while we're sitting in the middle of this asteroid minefield. Whoever's responsible won't be able to have the droids rescue him after I lock him up. Nothing will cut through that door. He'll be trapped. I secured the stealth field generator inside one of the footlockers in the security storage room. If I have the specs right, the interface field should be effective against the droid's sensors. All I need to do is equip the belt, and some skill with stealth in order to use it. As long as I don't get too close to the droids, they shouldn't detect me. If any more droids start malfunctioning, the belt should buy me enough time to get to the override switch I set up in the communications blister console. I'd rather shut them down than destroy them. I want to find out how these droids are being sabotaged. Maybe even turn them against whoever's sabotaging them.
That sound is... Okay, from what I remember, this sound that you're hearing right now, this is the hissing of this game. Because remember how much I hated the hissing in Knights of the Old Republic 1. This time we get this sound. The buzzing.
Be careful. There is much energy in the room beyond, yet it stems from nothing that lives.
Kreia, what?
Can you not sense them? Reach out. Cast aside your sight. Cast aside what you see, and instead reach out with your perceptions. Ah, you can feel them. The droids you cannot perceive, but the small oscillations of energy, that you can feel, echoing outwards.
With Kreia's help, you have gained the passive precognition power. With this power is triggered, you should save your game. Not, I don't need to do it now, because it's not really that hard.
Ah, you hear it. It is fate, but it is there.
I'm in the middle of fighting droids right now. Do you mind? What's happening?
It is the Force, you feel. It has not been so long as for you to forget.
But it doesn't sound like it did. It feels like it's an echo coming across a great distance.
Do Do not turn away from it. Listen. Feel it echoing within you. Come. I shall guide you down the familiar paths. You will need it if we are to survive and escape this place.
Gaining experience will slowly re-establish your connection to the Force. Go to the level up screen to choose your Force abilities. Well, let me take care of this droid first. I will admit, this droid, he was patiently waiting for me to finish that dialogue. So, it can't give him too much about it. It can't give him too much. Let's just level her up first. Okay, let's try security again, because it says failure. It didn't say impossible. So we got a stealth field generator, and we can equip that. There's nothing else we can put on her. Alright. How about this one? Okay, got more components. Hold on. I forgot about something. Can I not? There I go. And I can do security, because the guy said in the message, I didn't do this the first time I played. The guy said in the message, as long as I don't get too close to the droids, I should be able to sneak past them. That was pretty close. I should be able to sneak past them, go straight to the override, and not have to destroy any of them. He said he'd rather have them not be destroyed so they can analyze what happened to them and why they're malfunctioning so much. Because this whole thing has created a big thing that's causing the destruction of this planet, basically. Look for the control override switch. Alright, you found the override switch. Activate it. Okay, so yeah, the droids aren't attacking me anymore. Awesome. Okay, examine a unit's behavior core. It looks as if someone recently modified it to have unit's vocabulator. Check last received commands. Mining protocols have been set to mine organics and any non-authorized droids in the facility. If this is the case, then the mining droids have likely wiped out everyone and everything on this facility. Okay. Scavenge it for spare components. Disable the droid. So we found out what happened to him.
Beyond this door, someone yet lives. Be mindful. His thoughts are difficult to read, but you have nothing to fear from this one. And he might yet prove useful.
Alright.
Nice outfit. What, you miners change regulation uniforms while I've been in here?
I'd keep those eyes up if you tell me who you are.
Atten Rand. Excuse me if I don't shake hands. The field only causes mild electrical burns.
What is this place?
Oh, you mean you didn't come here on purpose? I'm shocked. I really am. This slice of paradise is the Paragus mining facility, the only supplier of shipping-grade engine fuel to this corner of the galaxy. Paragus fuel plays havoc with engines, but it gets the job done. As long as you don't mind the toxic byproducts and trying to mine it without blowing yourself up.
Blowing yourself up?
Yeah, this asteroid belt is one giant minefield. One proton torpedo, even a stray blaster shot, can start an explosion that'll make the one that shattered Paragus 2 look like a kid's pop detonator.
This faculty's deserted. What happened to it?
You mean before or after that Jedi showed up? Either way, it's a real short story. You see, this Jedi shows up, and you know what that means. Where there's one Jedi, the Republic will soon be crawling up your ion engine in no time. But the story gets better. See, some of the miners get it into their ferrocrete skulls that since the Jedi's unconscious, they can collect the bounty the exchange has posted for live Jedi. Well, what passes for the law here didn't like that idea. So the two groups started fighting. Then there was some big explosion. I was sitting here for a long time. Then you showed up in your underwear and things got a lot better.
The exchange?
The exchange is a big crime outfit, mostly operate out of Nar Shaddaa. Spice running, gun trafficking, slave trading. Now I guess they're posting bounties on Jedi.
Why would they offer a bounty on Jedi?
Don't know much about it. Maybe the Exchange wants one as a trophy, or somebody's got something against Jedi and is looking to collect. Not many Jedi left. Wouldn't surprise me if the bounty's pretty high.
Not many Jedi left. What happened to them?
The ones that weren't killed in the Jedi Civil War ended up switching off the lightsabers long ago. Word is there's not even a Jedi Council anymore, but who knows?
I heard rumors of a war, but a war between Jedi?
Yeah, Revan, Malak, and the Jedi that went to join them in the Mandalorian Wars. They turned against the other Jedi and had a scrap that almost laid waste to the galaxy. Where have you been?
I've been away since the Mandalorian Wars.
Well, I wasn't there, but like all Sith, Revan and Malak turned on each other. After they turned on the Jedi, of course.
I was led to believe that Revan saves the Jedi and the Republic.
I guess. There's rumors all over space about it. All I heard was Revan returned to pay Malak back for trying to kill her in the first place. You know women.
Okay, just a reminder, guys, we're considering as if the actual canon story of Knights of the Old Republic 1 happened, and so we are going to go with the story that Revan was actually a man, despite what we did in KOTOR 1. So, how long have you been in that cage? Revan was a man, not a woman.
Maybe you're right. Maybe I just hoped Revan was a woman.
Right, I have some questions for you.
Look, not like your half-naked interrogation isn't a personal fantasy of mine, but... Hey, wait a minute. You're that Jedi the miners were talking about. Where is everybody?
Don't you know what happened to him?
From my beautiful view in this security cage? Look, I heard some explosions, some emergency alarms, some toxic gas pouring out of the vents. Maybe none of them survived whatever happened. And if they're all gone... Look, hey, let me out and I can help you. I can. I've gotten out of trouble countless times.
Tell me your plan and we can go from there.
This facility isn't a military installation, which means we may have a chance. You shut down this cell security field and I can reroute the emergency system so we can get to the hangars. We grab a ship and then we fly out of here.
Alright. One thing first, the patients in the medical bay were killed with a lethal dose of sedatives. Do you know anything about that?
Huh? What are you talking about?
Never mind, just checking.
So you done interrogating me, or are we gonna work together and try to get out of this mess?
I trust you, and if we work together, we may be able to get out of this mess.
Great. Now to business. Let's get to the command console.
Alright, let's go.
Alright, here we are. Now this console is set on automatic hail. You may have heard it when you came in. The asteroid drift charts are constantly being updated, so it sends out a transmission to incoming vessels so they don't get crushed into space dust. The hail warns them to keep their distance until orbital drift charts are transmitted, and then provides docking instructions to incoming ships, usually freighters. Thing is, you can bounce that same transmission back to the comm here, and suddenly you've got access to the communication system from the inside. Pure pizzazz. The console's ours. Now, all we need to do is reactivate the turbo lifts, cancel the emergency lockdown. Hey!
What's wrong?
This system's been severed from the main hub, after it was locked down from remote. You can't even reroute the system, it's been cut clean.
That wouldn't be a standard procedure in an emergency
No.
lockdown.
Someone tried to lock down this whole level tight, and leave us here. Trapped.
Is there anything else we can do with this console?
I doubt it. All we have is communications back. For all the good trying to shout in a vacuum will do us.
Can we contact the miners?
We could try. But if the miners were trying to trap you up here and probably kill you, why not call them and chat? I don't think a friendly call is going to wake them up.
Maybe there's something logged in the terminal that can give us some answers.
Be my guest. Not much else we can do. The comm's all yours.
Get access administration logs? No, I'm not going to do this. Oops, I didn't mean to back out of it. Access comm system. Hangar bay. As you access to Hangar Bay 25, there's a series of low-pitched whistles and beeps. It sounds as if there's a utility droid on the other end. Is anyone there? Answer me. T3 survives. Are you operational? We're trapped in the administration level. Can you get to the Earth? Can you unlock the turbo lifts? Is there some other way out of here besides the turbo lifts? I'd rather risk it than be trapped up here. Alright, now we are back as T3. But I think I'm going to stop my recording here, so save the game. And just a shorter session today, but it's good for starters.